Hi everyone, so in this video we will see how to fabricate a bilayer lift-off sample. So first of all, in order to know which thicknesses of PMMAMA and PPA we want to spin coat, we can check the spin coating tables on our recipe book. I would like to make a sample with 100 nanometers of PMMAMA, so we'll take PMMA 61703 and we'll spin coat at 4K. Then I will bake it for 90 seconds at 180 degrees. And on top of it, we'll deposit still by spin coating, PPA 3%. You can see here, spin coated at 5K will give us 30 nanometers of PPA on top. It's kind of a standard bilayer lift-off sample. Then you can, of course, depending on your applications and on your required stack design, have an optimized bilayer lift-off for your applications. So this information you will find in the recipe book. Now let's move to our sample. I clean the sample following the standard cleaning procedure that you can also find in the training videos. So with acetone, sonication and IPA. If you want and need a further service of activation, you can also use an oxygen plasma cleaning. Of course, it also depends on your substrates. So now I take the sample and I put it on our spin coater. We said we want 4K for 40 seconds for the PMMA. So I activate the vacuum. Place it here. I take the pipette, and here I have two solutions. The first one is PMMA, and the second one is PPA. For your pipette, I would say 20 microliters should be enough. I took a little bit more just to make sure. We start the spin coating. In the meantime, we can change the pipette as we are going to use the PPA solution afterwards, and we can also close the PMMAMA bottle. The spin coating here is done. We can take our sample with PMMAMA and put it on our tiny heater, which is at 180 179 Celsius, and we leave it here for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay, so our timer is ringing. We can take our sample. And place it on the spin coater. Now we want to spin coat the PPA. So we put 5K for 40 seconds. Activate the vacuum. Wipe the sample, cool down a little bit. We reduce the temperature of the heater, because we need 110 Celsius for the baking of the PPA for 2 minutes. So we also set the timer to 2 minutes for the PPA. We also have to wait a little bit that the heater cools down to a lower temperature. In the meantime, I can take PPA, and it's the 3% PPA solution should give us around 30 nanometers of PPA on top of our PMMAMA substrate. So let's still wait a few seconds because we see that the heater is still too hot at the moment. Okay, this now should be good for a heater to cool down. I put some solution, this is enough. Close the lid and start the spin coating. We close our bottles. Let's remind ourselves to keep this in the refrigerator. After we are done with the spin coating, the longer we keep them there, the longer the solution will last. So afterwards we can store them again in our refrigerator with our other solution at -18, -20 Celsius. Spin coating is now done, and we can also see that the heater reached the temperature that we like. Take the sample, place it here, and we start the timer. For 2 minutes, we will wait for the baking process. So after the timer has run, we can take our sample and we can already start pattering with a nanofraser. You see, it's quite simple to fabricate a bilayer lift-off sample. In roughly 5 to 10 minutes, you should be able to make one. And of course, we didn't make a video on how to prepare the PPA solution because you should already find the video in the playlist of the training videos for making a PPA solution. Regarding the PMMAMA solution, usually you find pre-made solution, but you can also manually dilute them in order to obtain the concentration that you like and a concentration that enables you to have the thickness of the PMMA layer that you want. So now we still have around 50 seconds, and we can anyway close the video here, and it's just removing the sample and put in the sample holder, but that's pretty much how the bilayer lift-off fabrication is done.